The Overworld. A beautiful world with plenty of biomes to discover. Villages, passive and hostile mobs. It's just great.
The Nether.
An underworld with dangerous environments, but also fantastic loot, including netherite and blaze rods so you can enter the end. A barren wasteland of a dimension that holds a dragon and mysterious cities, as well as the elytra. But the Aether. Now, this is a dimension full of wonder and the fear of heights. Floating islands, mythical creatures, and dungeons to test your might. This mod is nostalgic to some, and for a long time, players have wanted something like this in vanilla Minecraft. While we won't get an Aether mod directly imported into vanilla Minecraft, we could still see some sort of sky dimension in the game. Personally, I don't think we'll get a dimension like the Aether. To me, it just doesn't quite make sense for Mojang to copy it one-to-one. And even if they made adjustments, I can't really imagine the dimension themed to be a mythical world. Instead, I'm more likely to believe a Minecraft story mode route. There was an episode in the first season where Jesse and the gang go through a portal to enter a Sky Island dimension. In this dimension, there was a city, a small city, but it was a city, and it was floating on a Sky Island. And in the same sense, the Sky Islands in vanilla Minecraft would look familiar to the overworld, but with new cities, villages, or even villagers that could be found there. And hey, maybe there could be new blocks to find, new wood types, and perhaps even new crops that could be found and taken back home to plant. But we should take note that Mojang may choose to disregard a dimension entirely and just increase the world height. Then the new islands could surpass the mountains and require you to have a full inventory of blocks to reach it, or use an elytra with fireworks. As cool as it could be to have a sky dimension, at the very least, I think sky islands are necessary to keep the sky from being so blank in the overworld. I get that we have clouds in the sky, we have stars at night, and sometimes the world generation does create kind of a sky island, but islands with villages or at least small dungeons would be perfect for Minecraft. I like to think about the Sky Islands in Terraria. They're not very big and they're not too common, but they hold treasures that you can find if you manage to reach the islands. This is exactly the kind of use for Sky Islands that should be added to Minecraft. Not just for world generation design, but for looting as well. Now, discussing what a sky dimension could look like is all fine and dandy, but what's the point if we're not even gonna get one? I'm not saying it's impossible, but if we get a sky dimension, it probably won't be for years down the line. There's still loads of overworld content that Mojang still plans to update, and there's still the popular end update Mojang hasn't created yet. Then of course, we cannot forget the Skulk portal. Yes, I think it's practically confirmed that this thing is a portal to the Skulk dimension. And if you're curious on what I think the Skulk dimension could look like, click the link down in the description. But with all this being said, the next new dimension will most likely be a Skulk dimension before a Sky dimension. And plus, the next new dimension won't be worked on for years from now. I'm talking 5-10 years down the road. Because as I said, there's so much to update in the overworld. There's probably plenty to update in the Nether, and then we still have the end update as well that so many people want, and Mojang probably will satisfy those players to at least fix it up a little, maybe not a complete overhaul, but something even if it's just small. And a new dimension will take a long time. I mean, this is building a dimension from the ground up. This is not updating a current dimension. This is making one from scratch. So it's safe to say that the sky dimension won't be considered for years down the line, and maybe it won't be considered at all. Because truthfully, the end is already kind of a sky dimension. You've got the void below you, as well as sky end ships, and elytra to help you fly around. So instead of a sky dimension, how about we get that end update, huh, Mojang? Okay, for real though, I think at the very minimum, we will be getting Sky Islands to the overworld. I think that's something everyone would be happy about. It's not an overhaul for anything, and it's not a completely new dimension. It's something fairly small and would add some flair to the overworld. But tell me in the comments what you think about the sky dimension. Leave a like and subscribe for more Minecraft content like this.